Hi, my name is Alicia, and today I'm going to talk to you about what career I want to pursue in the future. Currently, I am taking food and restaurant management courses at Chesapeake and hope to get my associate's degree to further become a baker and have a little bit of degree behind me and more experience and just have an overall feel of the business that I'm going to be going into. Basically, a baker is one who creates a wide range of products from breads, pastries, donuts, baked goods, etc. They usually rise early and they begin working early in order to make sure all the products are done ahead of time and the customers come in, the cakes are made, they can see what's on display, they have to get everything basically set and ready for the day. In a dining hall atmosphere, it can be the same thing. They have to get the pastry stuff ready for breakfast and have them already set, cool, plated, presentable, and ready to go out for the following meal. Having that said, bakers usually find work basically anywhere. They can find it in a grocery store, a dining hall, a bakery. They can find it in a nursing home. Someone needs to make the pastries, get things moving. So the work that they do can be found in a lot of different places. A baker usually just prepares, bakes, and decorates desserts and products and puts them out and gets them ready to go. They often invent new techniques and baking recipes. They create their own specialty. They have to ensure that orders are to customers' expectations. If I want a 3-tier cake and you're not giving me that, you're going to give me a 2-tier cake. You can offer your suggestions, but overall it needs to be what your customer wants. Usually bakers are in charge of hiring, maintaining, and firing staff. Bakers usually don't do everything on their own. They usually have maybe an assistant baker to handle the small light works, maybe such as just mixing a cake mix up that they have already laid out the recipe for them to make. They also have to have a knowledge of baking recipes and products. If a customer comes to you and they want baklava and your response is, I don't know how to make that, that's not a very professional response to have. So you need to make sure you know basically the overall range of all the products that a customer could come in and want to possibly know about. They also have to be in charge of ordering supplies, and they're in charge of keeping inventory. If I go to make a cake and there's not enough baking powder or baking soda, that comes back on me because I should have been keeping up on that. I know what orders I have to make. I know what things I have to put out, and if I don't have the proper ingredients to do that, that puts me behind, and that in turn affects the company's business. The United States projects there will be an increase of 2% in the country until about 2020, in which bakers will be demanded. They need more bakers to come into the field, take over, and just really put themselves out there and make a name for themselves. A lot of baking jobs have a high turnover rate, so finding a job shouldn't be too difficult. It might be difficult to get your name out there as far as experience and if you want to start on your own, but as far as just going into a local bakery, a grocery store, you should be able to find work pretty easily. And a lot of bakers tend to branch off on their own. So you may start out in a small bakery and work there for a few months, or you may go to a grocery store and work there for a year or two. But overall, a lot of them want to eventually own their own company. They want to really get out there and see what the world has to offer. They want to put themselves out there. So when someone comes and says, "Oh, I want a cake by Alicia," or "I want a cake by Kyle," it's your name that's tied to it. So they really get out there on their own. Bakers. It's not necessarily that hard to become a baker. One way you can apply is an internship or apprentice at a local bakery, dining hall, or many of the places that I've named in the past, and they will take you under their wing and kind of show you the ways. And a lot of people attend culinary school or complete a baking and pastry arts program. So my plan is after I finish my food and restaurant management degree, I want to get a certificate or diploma in baking and pastry arts. So people see, yeah, I have the management side, but I have personal experience as far as baking, but now I'm going to get professional and more accurate knowledge about the baking and pastry field. And of course, you can just learn on your own through baking throughout your life and just kind of learn new techniques on your own and just really get in the feel of everything. There are a lot of communication skills that come into this field. You're dealing with customers, employees, you're dealing with a lot of people in your everyday life, and there are a lot of skills that you need to have. The first skill that I believe is the most important is a listening skill. Many people go into jobs, they just don't listen. They want things their way. They want them done their way all the time. They don't want to listen, and that's how it should be. One, you need to really listen to customers' orders. As I said before, a customer will come to you to trust you with something that is going to be a masterpiece of their event, occasion, and it's your job to really nail down what they want, listen to them, gain understanding, and create a masterpiece for them. You also need to listen to your employees. If an employee comes to you about a problem, that problem probably in turn affects something with your business. So you need to pay attention. It could be that the mixer's broken, but you don't listen, and then you go to make a cake and the mixer's broken, so now you're complaining that your batter is lumpy, so you need to listen to everything your employers say. Finally, you need to listen to vendors, providers, and people that give things towards your company. If your vendor lets you know that in the next couple of weeks you're going to be short of strawberries, you need to plan around that. Maybe don't take so much orders for strawberries. Or if a provider of your baked goods say, okay, we're out of cupcake tins or cupcake liners, you need to figure another way out. You need to go to the store and order them, find an alternate company and get them from in the time being, but you need to listen to them so they can communicate with you and let you know what to expect in your business. Another skill that's important is empathy. You need to be open to the opinion of others as well as understand where they're coming from. You need to make sure that when someone comes to you and tells you something, that you're not brushing off, pushing on the rug. You need to make sure that you handle the situation in the way that should be handled. You need to understand there's a problem, why they're feeling that way. And you kind of need to take the initiative to really put yourself in their shoes and see where they're coming from in order to handle things from their point of view. And then if they may be wrong in their point of view, kind of explain to them why. Let them know why you're making the decision that you're making. Another important skill is patience. I currently work in the dining hall in Washington College, and I need patience every day. I deal with, during the school year, 1,500, 1,600 students. During the summer, we have 500 kids from CTY, which is a group of Johns Hopkins, running around the dining hall. I have 300 kids from a leadership workshop. And in total, there can be 1,000 kids, age 12 and under in the dining hall. And they're running, they're breaking plates, they're spilling drinks, they're spilling milk all over the dining hall, cereal. You need to have patience. And you need to have patience with what people are saying. Same thing goes with the empathy. If someone comes in with a problem and wants to let you know about something, you need to take the time to listen to them and really understand what they're saying. But you have to have patience in what you're saying. If someone doesn't understand what you're saying, you need to make it a point to really get your points across to them so they can understand. You take one point at a time. Don't just mumble off a bunch of orders and expect them to get everything from it. You have to take your time to start with step 1, make sure they understand, and continue on to step 2, 3, 4, so forth. Another communication skill you need is clarity, and that's the last one I listed. Clarity is also a big point. You need to be direct. If a customer wants a product and you don't have it and you can't offer that to them, don't beat around the bush. You need to let them know upfront, hi, I'm so-and-so, I run the bakery. We cannot provide you with this product. I would like to let you know of another bakery. And in turn, other bakeries will usually work with you, or other stores will work with you and, bounce business back and forth if you can provide something they can't, and vice versa. You also need to be direct with employees. If an employee isn't doing something right, instead of letting them slip under the rug a few times until they just learn how to do it, you need to let them know, hey, you're doing this wrong. This is the correct way to do it. And they'll thank you in the long run. And you'll kind of save yourself because you won't be irritated every time they do something wrong. You also need to clearly explain your points to other people, as the same thing with having patience. They don't understand, ask them what they don't understand, and maybe reword it or change kind of how you're saying it so that they can understand more clearly. And lastly, you need to be clear when directing others. If you tell another employee just to go bake a cake, you might only want them to bake the cake and not frost it. But in their mind, they need maybe hearing, bake the cake, frost it, get it set right here for this order, but you might not want it. So in turn, you may get upset, but your orders are not clear enough for them to understand where exactly to go. And that's pretty much what being a baker takes. It takes patience. It takes you being empathetic of your employees. It takes clarity so they can understand what you want. It takes listening. Really takes listening so you can satisfy customers, deal with employees, and just get your business up and running and make it successful. Thank you.